Yes, I hope you're good from your end. This is Kenya Science Network, where we are going to network with you as a learner. This is an area where we teach integrated science, agriculture, and mathematics. It is a home of excellence where learners are being educated, learners are being transformed for better grades, for the best result in terms of the Kenya Junior Education Assessment, that is KJSEA, that is coming in the month of November. So your teacher is Teacher Zamalek, as you can see. It is not the learner's name, but the teacher's name. And then the school is Kenya Science Network, and you can see the date of today. So if you have any challenge, you have any problem, or you have any inquiries, you can always contact Kenya Science Network. The number is 0791937308. In case of any papers, revision papers, in case of tuitions or anything that you'd want to inquire from Kenya Science Network, the number is there. So let's dive to the question. It's a very nice paper. You can easily see from the description above. So let's dive to section A. Number 1, Dorothy and Daniel were asked to classify the first 20 elements into metals and non-metals based on their electron arrangement. Which one of the following elements did the learners classify as metals? Now let's move to what metals are and what non-metals are. So if you know metals, we say that elements with 1, 2, or 3 electrons in the outermost energy level, So those elements with 1, 2, or 3 electrons in the outermost energy level are known as metals. While those elements with 4, 5, 6, or we are still continuing with the explanation. 7 or 8 electrons in the outermost energy level are non-metals. Now, for instance, we have sodium. Sodium is number 11 in the periodic table. The electron arrangement of sodium is 2 to 8 to 1. So the 1 electron in the outermost, this is the outermost energy level, the innermost, the middle, and the outermost. So the outermost energy level has only 1 electron, and therefore this is a metal. This is a metal. Let's move in the case of calcium. Calcium is number 20 in the periodic table. Its electron arrangement is 2 to 8 to 8 to 2. So the outermost electron is 2. Therefore, it is known as metal. Let's move to the answers. Now, we have answer A as carbon. Carbon is number 6 in the periodic table. Carbon has a symbol of C. It is number 6 in the periodic table. Its electron arrangement is 2 to 4. Remember, the rule of electron arrangement says that the first energy level must hold a maximum of 2 electrons. The second energy level holds a maximum of 8 electrons, depending on the number of electrons that particular atom has. So in this case, this particular atom has only 6 electrons. So it means that the first energy level must hold 2, as the rule says, and then the rest are now taken to be held in the second energy level. So in this case, 4 qualifies carbon to be a nonmetal. And in this case, I have just said that those elements with 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 electrons in the outermost energy level are known as nonmetals. So carbon is a nonmetal. Let's move to aluminium. So because we wanted metal, carbon is an X. So aluminium is number 13 in the periodic table. The symbol for aluminium is capital A, small l. That is capital A, small l. So that is the symbol. Electron arrangement of aluminum is 2 because it is 13. The first holds a maximum of 2. The second holds a maximum of 8. And 2 plus 8 is 10. How many are remaining? 3. 3. So this is the electron arrangement for aluminum. So in that case, the 3 electrons in the outermost energy level qualifies aluminum to be a metal. So in that case, our answer is choice B. You look at the statement which I wrote up here. It says that 1, 2, or 3 electrons in the outermost energy level are known as metals. So it means that those elements, I didn't just begin by saying elements, with 1, 2, or 3 electrons in their outermost energy level are known as metals. So in that case, our answer for metals is aluminum. Neon is number 10 in the periodic table. Electron arrangement for neon is 2 to 8. 2 plus 8 is 10. So 8 electrons in the outermost. Remember, outermost are outwards. Innermost is the inward. So when you have the diagram of an atom this way with the nucleus here. So it means that the first energy level, this is the innermost and this is the outermost. So in this case, the innermost will only have 2 this way, and then the outermost will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these outermost electrons are 8. In that case, this particular atom is a non-metal because I said 7 or 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 electrons in the outermost energy level are non-metals. I hope you have understood the difference between a metal and non-metal, how to identify a particular element as a non-metal or a metal. So in that case, I would want to just clean my board here so that it looks decent. This one was just a part of explanation. Your teacher is trying to explain it for you so that you easily understand. If you have any challenge, any problem, and you want to understand more, kindly contact Kenya's Science Network. The number is up there, 0791937308. I'm here for your sake, and I'm here to help you as a learner so that you can easily pass integrated science in the best way possible. So choice A, choice for number 1 is choice B. So choice B is the right answer. Let's dive to, I didn't explain phosphorus. For those who want to know, phosphorus is number 15, the periodic table. Electron arrangement is 2, 8, 5. 5 qualifies this particular element to be a non-metal. So let's dive to number 2. If you have any challenge, you have any problem, and you want to know more, I'm still here. Let me just enlarge the board so that you can see because of the sake of the diagram. So that is it. Let's embark to question 2. Name the part in the diagram that temporarily stores a urine. So in the diagram, this is a urinary system that is written there, or excretory system. Excretory system. So when you talk about excretory system, it is the system that helps the body eliminate, or remove urine. So removing urine or eliminating urine is what we are referring to as excretion. Now, just a minute, just doing some connection with my gadgets. So just a minute. So you will just give me some time. Give me some time. Yes, I'm back again. Just like I said, I was having some challenges with my system. So I'm back here. You can see me. Hopefully you can see me. So just like I was doing some connections with my laptop, the system had no power. It's power. Without power, there is nothing we can do. So we need power as like one of the cliche used by one of the most, he's not a great politician, but he's upcoming. But then he's old, so I don't know when he's upcoming anyway. He's called Burodinga. He likes to use the word tunataka power. Yes, so without power, I was saying that urinary system can also, it is part of the excretory system, and to excrete simply means to eliminate or remove. And in this case, we are removing urine, so that is what urinary system is all about, the excretion or elimination or removal of urine. Now, the part that temporarily stores urine. So let's see this part here that is shown here. This is the kidney. What is the role of the kidney? Kidney filters blood to remove urine. That is the work of the kidney. It filters blood to remove urine. This other part here is called ureter. What is the role of ureter? Ureter now, once the urine has been filtered here by this particular organ referred to as the kidney. So there are two kidneys, remember? All of them filters blood. So the blood that enters the urinary system is being filtered. So it is being filtered by a part called glomerulus within the kidney nephron. So nephron, let me just write it well so that you see it in its spelling. So you learn more about the kidney nephron when you further your studies. So kidney has got some parts referred to as glomerulus. So this part, what it does, it filters blood. So we call it ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration. That is what happens within the glomerulus. I saw a question for grade 9. It is a paper that I said to learners this and term 2, and I asked them the function of glomerulus. So glomerulus helps in what we call ultrafiltration. So it filters blood again to remove excess waste and even urine. So that is what happens. So ureter now, once the blood has been filtered, what now is formed is the urine. And urine is composed of three things. Number one, urea, the composition of urine. Number two, excess water. And number three, excess salt. Or you can just say salt. So these are the three composition of urine. So urine is composed of the three. So once urine has been, remember, one of the most waste product that is excreted by the kidney is urea, the main excretory product. When a question comes asking you that the main excretory product excreted by the kidney, is urea. Urea is the main excretory product. That is the most excretory product that the kidney is able to excrete. So that is it. So what happens is that once this has been made, it is being transports urine from the kidney to the blood. So this ureter, its role, it's just like a tube. You can see it's a tube, whereby once the urine has been made, it is being transported from the kidney here to the bladder here. So this is blood or urinary bladder. In fact, let me just write it as urinary bladder. So that is it. It is called urinary bladder. So what is the role of urinary bladder? It stores urine temporarily. Stores urine temporarily. So therefore means that the part in the diagram that temporarily stores urine is this part. This is the part. So you can just mark it, or you do an X, or you write urinary bladder. So in the diagram, once you show us, that is it. So that is the part that stores urine temporarily. If a question comes asking you the role of the bladder, it is it stores urine what? Temporarily. So temporarily, this therefore means that urine is being filtered, and once it is filtered out, it is being transported by ureter to the bladder. So it is stored there so that once the bladder is full, the brain is being triggered that there is urine in the bladder that is supposed to be taken out of the body via the urethra. So it is the brain that is being triggered. Remember, there is a communication within your body. The messengers, there is information that is being sent. The center of information is the brain. So the brain knows that there is urine full in the bladder. So it therefore sends a signal right to the urinary system right in the bladder, so that the bladder now let in. There is a sphincter muscle that just exists here. Here, there is a muscle here. So that muscle reflexes. It therefore means it relaxes. Once it relaxes, the urine now passes out via the urethra. So this part is called urethra. You getting that? So this is all about the urinary system. That is all about the urinary system. So the answer there is the bladder, which stores urine temporarily. Number 3, which one of the following organs produces urine in the diagram above? The part that produces urine is the kidney. Kidney now produce urine. Urethra allows passage of urine out of the body, allows the passage of urine from the body. So that is what happens. And then urinary bladder, we have said it stores urine temporarily, ureters transport. So where is that urine being produced? It is produced within the kidney. Number 4, during a lesson on pressure, Mariam was tasked to calculate pressure at 5 meters. So it means that the height or depth is 5 meters. Under a lake, take density. So we are told density, we need to take density to be 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. Yes. And G is 10 Newton per kg. So when we talk about 10 meters per second square is equal to 10 Newton per kg. So there is something that you need to know as a physics student, because this is part of physics. Remember, integrated science simply means a combination of physics, biology, and chemistry. So to integrate means to combine together. So we are combining different subdisciplines of science, that is chemistry, biology, and physics together, so that we need a broad, massive knowledge. So when we come here, we need to know that 1 meter per second square is equals to 1 Newton per kilogram. Are you getting that? So that is something that you need to know. 1 Newton per kilogram. So it therefore means that these are the gravitational force. How is it? It is always into that measurement or acceleration. So when we come here, when I just write 10 Newton per kg is the same as 10 meters per square seconds. Are you getting that? So what do they want? They want us to calculate the density. Pressure. Density during was tasked to calculate the pressure. So let us calculate this pressure that Miriam was tasked to calculate. Now, pressure in liquids is equals to density times height times gravity. So this density, I have written it in this way. This simply means rho. Rho was the measurements of the density. So density in liquids is just given by rho. You learn more about rho and how even this particular formula comes by. If you want to know that, kindly just contact Kenya Science. Teacher Zamalek will always explain it to you how the formula was devised initially up to the point that we have now the formula as pressure in liquids is equals to density times height times gravity. So don't bother enough. Even if you write pressure is equals to density times height times gravity, no problem. But in this case, it is more professional and more scientific. So we come and say density is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter times height is 5 meters times gravity is 10 Newton per kg. So because this is over and this is so, these meters will cancel meter cubic. So in a case where you have meter cubic over meter, this meter will cancel to be meter square. You're getting that? And in the case where we have kg by kg, kg goes. So we are going to have 1000 meter square because meter cubic has been cancelled by the 5 meter times 5 alone times 10 Newton. So what do we have? 5 times 10 is 50. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 Newton per meter square. So this is the pressure. This is the pressure. And we know that 1 Newton per meter square, another area that you need to know, is equals to 1 Pascal. So Pascal, this person is the one who came up with the pressure principle. We call it Pascal's principle. So he's the guy who came up with how density pressure in liquids is being, pressure in liquid is being devised or being brought into concept. So he's the guy who brought the concept of pressure in liquids. So he's the one called Pascal. So 1 Newton per meter square equals 1 Pascal. So if we have this 50,000 per meter square, 50,000 Newton per meter square, it therefore means that our pressure will be 50,000 Pascal. That's mark our answer. So where we have 25, no. So our answer is B, choice B, 50,000 Pascal. If you have again another challenge there, you can contact Kenya Science. Your teacher Chazamalek is here for you. I will do everything possible for your excellence. So remember, this is Kenya Science Network. We are always for your transformation. And when you get good grades, I'll be happy so much because I'm here just for your sake. So remember, the only appreciation you can do to Teacher Zamalek is just to subscribe Kenya Science Network, comment down there, like the videos, and let us now communicate as a family. Remember, this is networking. And remember, at the end of the day, you'll have a place to go to. Where will you go to? Kenya Science Network will always give you nice areas, exact areas, according to your pathway, according to your interest. Always contact Kenya Science Teacher Zamalek. So the following are the functions of male reproductive system. Which one is not a function? So we know that the male reproductive system produces sperm, and that part is the testis. Testis has two roles. Number one, we have said sperm production, produces sperm. Number two is hormone production. Hormone production. And the hormone that is produced by this is called testosterone hormone. Testosterone hormone. Are you getting that? This hormone is found in the testes. Yes, testosterone hormone. Produce eggs? No. So it means this is our answer, choice B. The part, this is by the female, is the female. So in this case, this answer is wrong. Produce testosterone, we have talked about that one. Delivers sperms to the female reproductive system. That is the sperm duct. Thank you for listening again for Kenya Science Network. We are here and we are here for your sake. Let's move to number 6. Alana came across an unknown material that is hard. The material is hard, shiny, and makes a ring sound when struck. Alana came on. So I think the question should be what the material could be. The material cannot be plastic. The material cannot be ceramic. The material cannot be a stick, but rather the material is metallic. So in that case, the question should have been, which material could this be? So in fact, let me just add, which material could this be? So the material could be a metal. Metal, they are hard. Metals are hard. Metals are shiny. Metals make a ring sound. They have luster. That is their shiny appearance. And metals, they are ductile. Metals are malleable. Metals conduct electricity. Metals have they have the thermal conductivity. thermal conductivity, conductors, thermal conductors. The thermal conductors, they conduct electricity, they are malleable, they are ductile, they have luster, they are shiny, they are hard. So those are some of the properties of metals we have. So in case you have any challenge with metals properties, these are some of the properties, except, I mean, they are again solid. They're solid except mercury, which is a metal, that is liquid, that exists in liquid state, So all metals are solids except mercury, which is a metal that exists in a liquid state. Mark this point clearly because it is also examined. Number 7, Carol was asked why most laboratory apparatus are made of glass. That is true. Most of them are made of glass. Which of the following reasons is incorrect? So which reason is incorrect? Again, there's a power shortage with my monitor that is able to display me whatever I'm able to see. Thank you. So hopefully I'll be back in a few so that you can easily see my photo in a clear way. Remember, this is camera and you understand. Yes, I think I'm back. Now, which of the following reasons is incorrect? So remember, most apparatus are made of glass. Why? For visibility when observing reactions. That is true. That is why they are clear. They are clear for clarity. So visibility. Visibility is something that is clear, visible. You can be able to see the inner side of it. So most glasses are made of glass for visibility. Glass is brittle. No, glass is not brittle. Remember, they are they're ceramic. We call them now ceramic. So at some point they are too hard. Glass does not react with chemicals. That is true. Glass does not stain easily. That is true. So in this case, we are saying that they are unreactive. Glasses are reactive when we say they do not react with chemicals. So the main reason, or I mean the reason odd in this particular question is reason B, glass is brittle. Which of the following devices converts mechanical energy into electrical energy? So mechanical energy, this is an energy due to motion, Motion is movement. So the energy that is due to movement. And there are two types of mechanical energy. Number one, potential energy and kinetic energy. So energy due to motion or movement is mechanical energy. Electrical energy, there must be electricity. So electric current is being produced. So let's see. When you talk about battery, the energy is not in motion. The energy is not in motion. Wind turbine, that is true. Wind turbine, that is remember, the turbine is able to spin. So spinning, that is what we call mechanical energy, movement, motion. So as it spins, you're getting that? Television, no. Toaster, no. So in that case, our answer is choice B, wind turbine. Which energy transformations are taking place when one uses a microphone to communicate? So when you use a microphone, remember microphones must have, there is electricity that is there to run it, maybe from the dry cell or electricity from water, hydroelectric power, or any kind of electricity. Remember, the microphone must just be able to produce a sound through or because of electricity. The electric power must be present for those microphones to at least produce a sound. So before the microphone produces a sound, you are going to talk. And when you talk, you produce a sound. Just like I'm talking right now. Perhaps I could have a microphone this way, like this. Let's take, for instance, this my pen is the microphone. Now, as I speak, the first thing I do is produce a sound. So it means that in our answer, we must have sound energy. So where we don't have sound energy, like in this case, we put it as X. And then next thing is that after we have communicated, there must be some electricity to transfigure or transgrade our information. Are you getting that? So the information we have communicated out must be now transformed and be produced at the end. And when it is produced at the end, we are going to hear it again as a sound. So it means the end product is the sound energy. So where we don't have again this one. So it means the right answer is choice A. So sound energy being transformed to electrical energy and then later on sound energy. So that is the kind of energy transformation when one communicates via a microphone. Now, during a lab experiment, that is number 10, Bill saw a technician using apparatus to draw liquid from a beaker. Which apparatus would he use? Remember, we are using apparatus to draw liquid from a beaker. So let's say this is your beaker here. This beaker is holding some liquids to that meniscus. So the liquid is there. Are you getting that? So what can you use in drawing the liquid from this particular beaker? So remember, measuring cylinder cannot be used in that case. Pipette is the right one. Pipette is the right one. So pipette fillers, we can use a pipette to draw the liquid. Just insert the pipette here, and then you can draw it via mouth or by use of pipette filler to draw the liquid. We cannot use a volumetric flask, we cannot use a burette. So our right answer is what? Pipette. It can be used to draw liquids from a beaker. Number 11, which of the following everyday activities involve both physical and chemical changes? Remember, physical changes, they are irreversible. They are reversible. Most of them are reversible. Chemical changes are irreversible. So let's see, freezing of water. Now let's talk about tearing paper. If you tear paper, will the paper be reversed again? You know, by the time you're tearing it, it is not physical, it is chemical. So once you tear it, the change is irreversible. So anything reversible is chemical change. Mixing oil and water, again, that is chemical change. Frying an egg, that is chemical change. It is not physical change. So in this case, freezing water can be seen as physical and chemical. So any question that will ask you which of the following involves both, and freezing of water is there, that will always be your answer. So in that case, our answer is choice A. What is the chemical name of rust? Number 12. Now, rust is formed when iron react with what? With oxygen in the presence of water. So water must be present. So in that case, what will be formed? Hydrated iron 3 oxide. Because of the presence of water here, so it means that I'm going to react iron plus oxygen plus water. When that happens, we are going to have iron 3 oxide, which is hydrated. We don't know the volume of water that will hydrate it. So that's why I'm putting some X there. So in this case, I'm going to have this one, hydrated iron 3 oxide. So this hydrated iron 3 oxide is the chemical name for rust. That is the chemical name for rust. So in that case, when you are asked the chemical name for rust, you're saying hydrated. There must be hydrated. Hydrated means it has some water. It has some elements of water. Everything that. And hydrated means it lacks water molecule. So get the difference between hydrated and anhydrous. So hydrated has some water molecule, anhydrous lack water molecule. So in that case, when you ask the equation, you are supposed to say iron plus oxygen, word equation, plus water will give you hydrated iron 3 oxide. Sawa sawa. So this is the word equation, and this one is called chemical equation. Sawa sawa. So these are chemical. So what is our answer? Iron 2 oxide? No, that is when iron and oxygen only react. They form iron 2 oxide, ferrous iron. Hydrated iron 2? No, hydrated iron 3. So in that case, our answer is choice C, which is hydrated iron 3 oxide. Which of the following is not a symptom commonly associated with STIs? So STIs, these are sexually transmitted infections. So they involve the sex or their reproductive part. Pain during urination, that is true. Genital itching, that is true. Cough, no. Cough, this may be as a result of TB, which is a respiratory disease, respiratory. So any respiratory symptom, respiratory systems, the symptoms of any respiratory illness, there must be cough. So in that case, our answer there is choice C, which is the odd answer. Unusual sores or lumps, that is true, particularly to syphilis, it is all over. So in a neutral atom, the number of electrons is equals to the number of, so we know that proton is equals to electrons in any neutral atom. So in that case, we are going to look for protons, that the number of protons is equals to the number of electrons in any given atom. And that's why we're saying an atom is said to be electrically neutral. Why? Because the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Number 15. A woman exerted a pressure of 20,000 Pascal. So the pressure is 20,000 Pascal on the ground while standing. If the area her shoes in contact with the ground was 0.02 meters square, what was her weight? So we are given area to be 0.02 meters per square meter. So what was her weight? Weight, in that case, they're asking us force. And force is equals to what? So let's go. Pressure is equals to force all over area. Force is equals to pressure all over area. So in that case, we are having pressure, we don't have force, and we have area. That is the way we have been asked. So we come and say, if we want force, we just cross multiply. So pressure times force is equals to, pressure times area is equals to force. Pressure times area is equals to force. So that is it. So we're going to have pressure is 20,000 times, remember Pascal is Newton per meter square. So in that case, if I write Newton per meter square is the same as 1 Pascal, or is equals to, times, it was times. So 20,000 Newton per meter square times area is 0.02 meter square is equals to force. So what is our force in that case? Meter square cancels meter square. We're going to remain with Newton. This 0 brings the decimal here. This other 0 brings the decimal here. So what do we have? 200 times 2 Newton. So what is our answer when we have 200 times 2? 004. So we're going to have 400 Newton as the force. So where is 400? Choice A. That is the right answer for that question. If you have any challenge, again, contact Kenyan Science Network. Teacher Zamalek is here for you. We will feel appreciated when you get the information, when you get transformed. Remember, the information is the most important thing in this case. A homeowner found that his shower heads frequently clogged and laundry requires extra detergent. So that is one of the disadvantages of hard water. Hard water has minerals. The minerals include calcium and magnesium carbonates. So these salts, when you bathe, remember, they don't form lather easily with soap. So when they don't form lather easily with soap, they form an insoluble layer referred to as scum. So this scum, the insoluble layer, is what clogs the shower heads and even lead to more wastage of detergent. It does not lather easily with soap. So it means therefore that you need more soap for the water to lather with soap. So why is that? Because of the hard water. So which is likely the issue? Hard water is the issue. Hard water is the issue. An integrated science teacher tested a water sample with soap solution. It did not lather after shaking. Which conclusion is likely? Hard water still. Water is hard. Water is hard. So if it does not lather easily with soap again, the water is hard. A family seeks advice on how to remove permanent hardness in water. You cannot remove permanent hardness by boiling. That is a point that I need you to understand as a learner. You cannot. Why? Because boiling cannot decompose. Boiling cannot decompose the salts of calcium and magnesium that causes permanent hardness. So the salt cannot decompose magnesium sulfate and calcium sulfate or magnesium chloride and calcium chloride. So these two salts, the sulfate salts of calcium and magnesium, those two salts are very, very difficult to decompose. They need a lot of heat for them to be decomposed. So by boiling cannot do that. Are you getting that? So which method? Ion exchange resin. In fact, there is what is called a chamber, and that chamber is a resin that comprises of other salts. So the ions, remember, I'm not talking about ion of Fe. No, I'm talking about ions, the charges. So the ions present in this ion exchanger are able to be exchanged by the word exchange. So those ions, they're being exchanged. The ion of magnesium, the ion of calcium are being exchanged with the ions within the resin. So in that case, permanent hardness can be easily eliminated. So the ones that are being exchanged are soluble. They form soluble layers. Are you getting that? So those insoluble layers are now integrated to be soluble because of the exchange of the ion. Particularly those of sodium, they are present in the ion exchange resin. So those of magnesium and calcium are being exchanged with those of sodium. So in that case, we're going to have pure soft water being, the hardness being removed. So the method that can be used to remove permanent hardness in water is ion exchange. Let's dive to question 19. If the eyepiece lens magnification is times 10, so we have eyepiece lens, it is times 10. Objective lens is times 40. Calculate the total magnification. So total magnification is equals to eyepiece lens times objective lens. So we are going to have 40 times 10. So what is that? 400. So because it is magnification, total magnification is equals to times 400. Times 400. So which is that? Choice D. Number 20, which is the last question under section A. What is the electronic configuration of sodium atom? Sodium atom is number 11 in the periodic table. Electron configuration is 281. So that is it. Choice B. So that marks the end of section A. I'll be back with section B. Thank you for listening to Teacher Zamalek, your teacher of your favorite teacher. Kindly subscribe if you'd want to subscribe, because that is the only way you can appreciate Kenya Science Network, and we will be glad to receive you as a family. Let's make this a network cycle where if any problem, if any challenge begot us, we have solutions for it. Thank you once again. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye for now.